Hey there, sign of Libra. This is Kim here to do your reading for your next 3-day outlook. I hope you're doing good. Let's get an overall card here from the Shaman's Dream. And we're going to start with that. And then we'll get 2 cards for each day. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Let's see what's going on. Opening up to your spirit team, your spirit guides, and your angels. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. What's going on? Winter's dream, gestation period. Maybe we are sleeping a lot. We may be sleeping a lot, and it may be also a metaphor towards there being some sort of period where something is going to be birthed to life, but it takes this cultivating period. A cultivating period, or a time where something is being, well, like a baby in a womb, you know, it's something that is taking time to cultivate, to gestate. It's taking time. And then I have mindful with groupthink. And there are lots of things going on here. So, lots of connections with other people at this time. That's actually very significant to whatever it is that you're trying to, or that you are cultivating, or that you are growing. There's so much going on in that mindful card. Do you see this card? Hang on, let me see. There's just so much going on in it. We have a key. We have a rose. We have what looks like a meeting place. And that meeting place where people come to congregate, it reminds me of like a tree house, you know. It is actually where that key is. The key is also associated with your third eye. There's just so much going on, like the keyhole. And then the key is right here. So it's like saying that there is something about the key being the connections that you're making at this time to help you with a dream that you're making come true, with something that is unfolding for you. This could be a big creative project. This could be a new you. We have the clock too. Have the clock. What time is it on the clock? The time on the clock says, oh wow, I have never noticed this before, ever. I've never noticed this, but I'm always like one step away from breaking this table, by the way. It says 11:44 on the clock. That's interesting, isn't it? Just immediately I think of the 144, and then the extra one being the tied to the magician, like you are manifesting with other light workers. Ooh, or other people coming. There's something that they're trying to tell you that is almost ready, or else this card wouldn't come out. This card doesn't come out to say, oh, have patience, you have a lot more time ahead of you. This card usually comes out when you have been in this period and now they're telling you, okay, this is what you've been in, get ready. So I think that that's what they're trying to say is you have been in this period of, this has taken time, but get ready. And connections, extremely important. We're going to pull from the Journey of the Sacred Bee, and let's get day 1, day 2, day 3 here. That's interesting. 44. 11:44. So you may be seeing 144 quite a lot, or feel drawn to that number, or even the prophecy maybe of the 144,000. All right. And I'm going to say that this person here on this card they look a little alien, okay? They look a little alien. They honestly look a little Arcturian if I want to get, or Fae, or like the fairy, the Fae, because of being connected with these elements. But the blue is what's coming out. There's something about the blue, or maybe even the color blue. Let's get this. All right. So 2 day 1, 2 for day 2, and 2 for day 3. What's on the bottom? The Hermit. The Hermit. Going within. Ooh, especially if there's conflict or something like that around. But this is about going within and reflecting on your journey thus far. The Diamond. You may be really trying to reflect and get a little bit of rest also because of so much pressure that you've had to go through with the Diamond. I mean, it is beautiful, but it was created from pressure. To be precious. The Diamond says creative force, faithfulness, value, perfection, brilliance, commitment, light, purity, esteem, unconquerable force, multidimensional, multifaceted, and invincible spiritual power. So let's see what your cards are. And then, power. And the card that represents power. And I just happened to, these are the only flowers out there right now. I didn't really know when I picked them. They look just like the flowers on this deck. But it is the 4 of disc, which says power on the bottom, because there's something that you're creating. It's going to be very stable. I can see yourself maybe protecting yourself also from other energies, especially if you're having a lot of exposure to other people at this time. Because the Hermit has a tendency to want to retreat, to want to be with themselves, be alone sometimes. I have the 7 of Cups, which can be talking about how there's many choices, many options, but they're not all exactly clear. Some are confusing. Some of the choices are confusing. Choose wisely and protect yourself. By the way, day 1 is when you're watching this. So I have grapes, abundance, bearing fruit, harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, fertility. Did I just say that? Yes, I said one of those. Juicy overindulgence, tempting goodness, plentiful wealth. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. And then something that is going to happen or really take off that you are currently building on in the summer. I would say the summer months. So, because this is talking about Cancer season, Leo or Virgo, we might be talking about the end of June, July, and August here as a timing card for you. What we'll do is we'll look at what these are, these other piles, and then at the end I'll clarify for the people that want to stick around for the clarification. I will find out what the choices are all about. Nice. confirmation with the Magician energy that we're picking up on earlier with the time or the group. The 144, a tie to the angelic realm. Yes, a tie to the angelic realm. Okay, I have the Magician and I have the Chariot, which is, wow, oh, wow. You're manifesting a victory. You could be traveling. You could be traveling, or this could bring travel into your life, whatever this is that you are manifesting. So day 2 has a focus for you on this Magician energy and something picking up momentum, kind of like maybe allowing more insight into where you're going. We might know what the end goal is or the victory is, but sometimes the route to get there is a little confusing, and this would be, I feel like, more clarity for you. This is where you're going. Wow. Wow. Yeah. All right. The Chariot and the Wheel. Yeah, well, there's wheels on the Chariot, aren't there? So the wheel is this wheel. It says Wheel of Karma on it. I'll just read them all to you. Karma, Dharma, destined, inevitable, cause and effect, divine intervention, luck, fortune, rise and fall, circumstances, divine will, consequence. Crack shot is right next to it with competent, superior, precise, expert, sharp tongue, witty, clear cut, dead on, intense, target, showdown, effective, impressive, accurate, effective, excel, and first class. Okay, there is something that you really do that stands out, that you excel at, that you are really good at. I'm getting the word curator. So I'm getting the word curator as somebody that brings something together, that can bring something together. But it's only because you already embody a really magnificent talent yourself. Okay, so that is how or why, like, the angelic realm chose you to bring people together or to bring something together. And I'm not exactly sure, because I think maybe this is going to hit Libras in different areas, because I can see in my mind's eye, I can see different scenarios. One, I can see art and things being like a curator of art, an artist. And then on the next scene, I'm seeing a business and somebody that is able to lead and pick out the right people for a team. And then they're showing me a homestead, and they're showing me a person that lives a very hermit type of life, but in doing so is inspiring many people. I don't know if you are that person, if you film yourself doing this, if you teach people on how to do something that you do solo, because whatever it is so there is a strong pull or a message they're trying to get out to you, that you are exactly the person that is, even if you feel like, you know what, I'm a hermit, I do things on my own, I'm very independent natured or by nature, or I would prefer to work solo. I think that you are being chosen and almost like thrown into a leadership position. And it's by your angelic team. It's maybe it's bloodline. I mean, it wouldn't be too far of a stretch with me getting the message of the 144 from this mindful. There is a reason. It has to do with your skill with the Magician and the Chariot. It has to do with your skill. You also have some sort of skill to help other people figure out how to manifest. In a way where If you had to go through a gestation period that seemed long for you, it's like manifesting in a way that shortens the time for other people because you've been there, done that. There's something about your mastery level and you helping the greater good. You're going places, yes, but there's a really direct tie to you being pulled into some sort of leadership position, which allows you to help others to move their momentum up also. It's all like, I just see like a jackpot of good karma points for you. Because they're showing me like somebody pulling the lever, but instead of coins, it's saying plus karma, plus karma, plus karma points. If you felt like I had to suffer or I had to have a lot of patience, I had to go through some hard stuff, it's because there was something that you had to, or that you did, you chose to pioneer. You were chosen and you pioneered something. You did it first. It's always hardest when you do something the first, you know, because you're making the path for others. It's always a lot easier when you go to a big national park and they're like, oh, this one's a paved path to the waterfall. It's like, oh, okay. It's like you've made it that much easier for somebody else. And it's part of your purpose. Not to mention, they're not even getting into it with me because I think it's kind of big. But there's another part to your story. The only part that I'm being cued on or clued on is the part of it all coming together after you have already gone through kind of the hardest part of your journey. And then like there's this other thing. So there's more. All right. Oh, it's time. Look at these synchronicities. 10-10. 10 of Cups, 10 of Wands. They're wanting me to read the 10 of Wands. Very much so different than I would normally read the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Cups here is, it says satiety. But this 10 of Cups is about you creating your heaven on earth. The things that you create with the type of energy that channels through you helps you with your happiness, but it also helps and heals others. You have a healing presence. There's something about your presence. There's something about people wanting to flock to you. There's something about you being like this, if this were a beehive, if this was a metaphor, then you are the beekeeper. You have some sort of place that you don't really apply restrictions to, but you've worked so hard on this place. It's feeling like an energy of a place of peace. It's the energy that is you. And people want to come there to make this energy their home. In other words, they want to figure out, how did you get into that energy? How can I get into that energy? And so in a very simple way, people feel through your actions, 10 of Wands, through the things that you have done, that you have built yourself up to who you are today, people feel very safe and at home. They want your energy, not in a vampire way. They would like to figure out how to cultivate it on their own. There is a group think here when you're talking about a beehive, aren't you? Oh, wow. So a 10-10 card can come out, 10-10, the timing. It can be on the Temperance card sometimes in tarot, and that would tell us that it's saying have patience right now because you're on the right path. Things are looking good for you, and everything's being worked behind the scenes too, as well as what you've already done. Wow, you have the rainbow and the yacht. Oh, 59 might be significant, the number 59. The groups of numbers I have are 82, 38, and 59. 40 and 63. 47 and 1010. And 17, which is star energy, right in the center. In the groups, I'm adding them in the groups. Okay, so the yacht says adventure, affluence, and luxury, mobility, travel, great ease, smooth sailing, sophisticated with the wind, self-indulgent, prosperity, comfort, wealth, over the top, extravagant. I also have the rainbow, which you know, the rainbow is the promise of a good future. It is the promise to come, and it is everything that you have waited on paying off. So it says the rainbow, wish granted, serendipity, blessing, patience pays off, abundance, hope, good luck, patience, promise, godsend, creation, manifesting wealth, prosperity, and perfect timing. Both of these say prosperity on them. So I don't think I really need to clarify too much, but I will ask about these choices. And we'll find out whether or not that 4 of disc is about you kind of doing your thing and sticking to yourself, if that's the main message there with that. Warding off any unwanted energies. I don't think we need to clarify the Magician and the Chariot, and I really don't think we need to clarify 1010 anymore. Tell me about the 7 of Cups and the 4 of disc. The Hierophant. Ooh. And the 8 of Swords. Okay. So the Hierophant is about, especially with this deck, you know, you have the Buddha statue here. Especially with this deck, I would think that this is about your commitment and your connection to Source Prime Creator. And maybe even on some type of traditional like on some level of incorporating a spiritual practice. That is something that has been practiced for a very long time, even if it's just something like meditation. They're saying, and it can be a significant partnership that comes in. If it is, they're pulling me to the dates here of July and August for you in regards to that. Tell me more about the Hierophant, please. The 7 of Wands. Asserting yourself, standing up for yourself, and there's a waiting period. There could be something ending in the meantime because I have the Death energy here. With your energy, though, I would almost say something's been transforming. It's probably you. You will know when to take action, and I feel like it's talking about a divine connection being brought to you. About knowing when, and being very careful, of course, with those choices. But the 7 of Wands, you're just going to kind of know what action to take. With the Hanged One, it's this waiting period, just like the Winter's Dream, where we have a chance to have a different perspective on things. We see things in a different way. Maybe I can get another message with the Kipper deck about and who this Hierophant is. The signs that are coming out are Virgo, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Capricorn. The House. Focus on what you're building, your own structure, your own foundation. Okay, we have a time period for if you are feeling any kind of lack at this time or any kind of struggle when it comes to your finances or health. I think the period of waiting for that to change is going to be very soon. It could literally be June, July because of this Cancer season being significant for some reason here with this card. A false person in the reverse. A false person reveals themselves. Somebody who wants to court you, get to know you for the purpose of marriage or collaboration, commitment. Could be a mature man, an older male. And I have the main male also. Strong on, maybe it doesn't have to be an older male, but Somebody here has made some sort of decision to step towards you or to reveal who they are. I wonder if they were a benefactor in some way. And then the sudden wealth card. Okay, this is like what I was seeing in my mind's eye, but I saw it with good karma points. So there is a connection that is a significant connection being brought together. It is in divine timing, but for some reason I'm getting the feeling like they've already made their mind up about you. I'm not sure if you know this person, honestly. I don't know if you even know who this is. This reading could go on forever, I feel like. I think I'm talking mainly to, well, I don't know, because I mean the main male and the mature man. Well, they're not talking about gender here. They're talking about action from the other person. Action. You'll probably hear from this person soon or have some sort of connection, be it social media or something, some kind of interaction, maybe within this group or with some sort of like project that you are manifesting right now or something you will be involved in. It's the actions taken by this other individual who is being like divinely led into your life. They're very much so part of this new cycle in your life, this new season. And I would say you're probably going from worry or lack to all of the sudden things getting better and feeling like, oh yay, okay, now things are getting better to the point where I feel lucky. But have no mistake, like don't mistake it. You are the diamonds. You have experienced the pressure. Like, so even if it seems like something happened overnight for you, like an overnight success, it wasn't. It wasn't, in the sense that you have been working on yourself and now you have all these facets. And all you really need now, because of being this diamond, is that light to shine on you. And when the spotlight's on you, then everybody gets to see how much you sparkle in so many different ways. I would say get ready for a journey, and it is being brought together by the divine. A journey going, because you're pioneering. Remember I said you're making the path so that's easier for others somehow. And you are, Jesus, you've got so many good cards, I can't stop. You have, coming together in a peaceful way by the divine, by the creator. You will have a chance to really speak out loud about how you feel. And when I see the microphone, I feel other people around that want to hear what you have to say. Even if you're the hermit, they want you to grab this microphone. And then the airplane. I'm not going to pull on the other one because I will not stop. So the airplane says you will overcome. You will break free from whatever it is that you feel like is a struggle at this time. You'll rise up and have freedom. You will leave everything in the past behind. Just going through a little gestation period at this time. Okay, I'm sending you love and light. If you need a private reading, the information is in the description box below. Until next time, Libra.